remixed, reloaded, re-edited.
Sometimes we get so deep into conversation that we have separate segments worthy of their own place in the sun.
Here is a reshuffled mini episode.
Well, I'm your goofball host, Sully, and with me is recurring moderator, Oreo Brewer.
What's up?
What's up? So he came to me, he said, we got to talk about it. It's got to be this week. And I'm like, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. So we thought, how about we have a discussion, roundtable, if you will, on the state of mental health.
Yeah.
We're all feeling it, but not all of us are comfortable talking about it. I'm just like, hey, let's do it.
Yeah, my mental health story goes back 18 years ago.
Oh, man.
I know. Yeah, my
At least
shit.
you're honest.
This is going to be one of the most honest and heavy and deep podcasts that I've done, honestly.
Wait.
Yeah. And a forewarning to those of you with autism and dissociation, pay attention, re-listen to it very slowly. I promise you, you won't miss a damn thing. So 18 years ago, 2006. Oh my. I was on All Poetry under Immortal Beloved. That was my poet name, still is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was into role play because they had role play community on there. It was nice. And we all bonded in different ways. We bonded over our work. We bonded over ideas, and just we had a good time. It was an organic thing. You know how good organic chemistry is, right?
Oh, we love it. Because there's no bullshitting. It's like, this is real.
Yeah. You can't replicate it. You can try, but it doesn't really work out. Anyway, I was friends with a mom on there, and she turned out to be a pedophile.
Oh, and, 2006, that's a key year. That's when we're seeing all kinds of technology stuff and how you can do tutoring, you can have PowerPoints in classrooms. There's so much shit that people take for granted now. And after school programs much, but now, now we're playing on board games. Now we're playing with people who we don't even normally hang out with during the day.
I know. And it was so wild because months before this, me and her were really good friends. And then she's like, well, I'm doing this with all these underage boys and girls and shit. I'm like, why?
Oh, really?
Like,
how do we even get here?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to tell the whole fucking story. Screw it. No, it is a heavy fucking story of mine that I've told I told the aftermath of it to two friends of mine. I wrote the whole story up as an autobiography 3 years after it happened. But yeah, she was a trip. She was a really good person at first, and I was like, this is really nice. She's so cool. She's fun. She's from Canada. She's great. And fast friends, fast lovers, and amazing. Just absolute great connection. And then she's like, well, yeah, she's doing all that shit. She's going through a divorce, her kids, custody battle over kids. She'd been raped when she was in high school by the head football guy. She had seizures, and she just, I don't know, she was wild. But she was really nice. And then I told her, I was like, you got to stop doing this shit. Like, seriously, like it's
let's
not
not go
good.
there.
Yeah, for us, like, stop cybering with underage boys and girls because that's bad, and you're also breaking up relationships that have just blossomed. Because see, the beautiful thing about 2006 was this was for me. It was 2 years out of high school, and everybody that I role played with was my age to 13. Tina was the oldest. She was 32 at the time. She was the pedo. And
Mm.
it was nice. Like, the thing was, age didn't matter when we were role playing. We were like, we played whoever we wanted to be, and nobody really cared how old we were. And that was nice. Nobody gave a shit. And it was so wild. Like, it was so much fun because we connected on different things. Like, oh, you're still in school. Huh? I just graduated a few years ago.
That's always a great feeling. And at that point, no one knew
Yeah.
how to kind of explain that. I think we were just all like, it's just a cool sensation, but it's not.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, what's it like being out of school? I was like, it's fucking great. No homework, no backpack lugging around. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Tina. So she went and threatened my sister, and I didn't appreciate that at all. So she thought it'd be a smart idea to say that I would never be anything more than a toy. And I'm like, all right, bitch. Yeah, I'm a toy. So I wrote a poem called Boy Fights Back. And that was my masterpiece. And it got me banned off the website because I named names that she had been fucking around with. I named people that she was with. I made fun of her seizures. I made fun of her broken marriage, her custody battle. I eviscerated her. So, yeah, I went off the fucking rails on her ass. I didn't give a fuck. Like, you crossed the line twice. And then she's like, you hurt my feelings. I never trust you again. I don't give a fuck. And it got me banned off the site for a week, I think, or so.
Either way,
And
yeah,
yeah,
we've all, it's happened a lot. I know my brother got persuaded by her friends, like, hey, don't talk shit about this one person, like, people would say all kinds of stuff, and I would see them deny, oh, no, I never said that. I'm like, if we had a tape right now, trust me, you said it. We have all used, 2000s was weird, even if we said we were a certain way, we would still talk shit behind the scenes because, gay meant dumb, lame. I mean, half the time I feel like we're doing that now with the word woke now. It's kind of it's strange and unusual. It really is. I don't even really know what kind of a place we're in, other than that everyone's kind of, it's not even really confusing so much as it is unsettling.
Yeah. Yeah. And I should rewind back because 2006 itself, I was at the peak of my dissociation and the beginning of my autism, as I realized retrospectively. So that whole year, that year, Degeneration X reunited. So that was my driving force too, going after her ass on all poetry.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? That was great. God, it was such a fucking rush doing this shit. But it took so much out of me. And that's why I stress, like, if you have autism or dissociation, I do not recommend doing role play because it got worse as the months went on. It really got
sorry.
worse. No, it's not your fault. You didn't cause it.
Well, and no kind of school can shield us from this, like there's
Word.
always going to be someone who gives you that stink eye.
But oh man, it got worse. Um, there were we all still got along great. We still did our role playing and everything. And the beauty of it was we connected so well that it graduated from the site to MSN, Yahoo, AIM, Messengers, and then graduated from that to actual phone calls with each other. That was fun. I love that. And I still have some friends from back then, so a lot stuck around, but not many. And during that time frame, God, it was just so fucking insane. I was at I was unbeknownst to me, I was slowly becoming somewhat of a cult leader because I went up against her, and
Yikes.
I didn't even realize this is the fucking dangerous thing about roleplay is that when you're online doing this and you're saying things, doing things, and people gravitate toward what you say and take it as like word of like sacred word. It's your Bible. It's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's crazy. And I didn't realize this until October '06. And that was when I settled in for the long haul to take her down because it took a while to bring her ass off the site. I went after her so fucking hard, man. Like I didn't stop. Stop and no were not in my category at that time. I did not know those words. I went straight at her. I kept going and going and going to get her off the fucking site. And everybody was blurring the lines between reality and real life, or reality and role play.
Half the time, do you feel like that's kind of half why everyone signs up nowadays?
Yeah,
Just like,
pretty
just
much.
so I can get away with it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
like
even,
looking.
some of them are bullies, obviously, but some of them are now like, I want to just talk shit and not be held accountable.
Yeah, for real. And I stress this so much with people who follow celebrities and get attached to them. Like you do not know them. You don't know them. You don't know jack shit about them. Just because they liked one of your statuses or they signed an autograph for you or had a good chat with you doesn't mean they like you. You were waiting in line to talk to them for X amount of time. They had to sit there and wait for you. And if it was a long line, you can imagine they're in a bad fucking mood and they don't really care. Outside of talking to you, they have their own lives. They don't give a shit about you and your little shitty existing
They
bubble.
probably don't even give a shit about themselves, even if you think about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you see so many horror stories about this.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Like that you think they're so happy and shit and they're really not. It's like stop idolizing them.
That's a good segue, my dude. Not to veer off your conversation, but like I was when I was prepping for this, because yes, guys, we come from the heart, but we also outline everything. But like I think that is the number one thing. I hear it in every conversation, every breakdown on what I want versus what I need. And it just seems like it always comes down to I want this, but I don't want the responsibility, or someone else wants this, but they're probably not happy.
Yeah. Definitely. Like it's the whole thing of want versus need. Like I want
versus
this.
need. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a hell of a time. And it gets to that point where it's just like, let's just stop.
Yeah. And I went up against her associates, and oh my god, they were fucking assholes. Everybody was an asshole in the whole
I'm an
RP
asshole.
community. Yeah, much. And as the months went on, I I didn't even realize I had a massive ego. And I
Most of
just,
us don't, because we're kind of,
yeah,
I don't think we teach ourselves, but I think we want to be badass just to
yeah,
cope and make up for the fact that we don't have much of what we want to.
yeah. Like one of the big things that was cool about the RP community was Vampire Family and Varys. And the big thing with that was that in the beginning, it was about growing the numbers. And that was cool because at first it was the biggest group with 34 members. And then as time went on, it was 66. And then it was 99. I was like, wow. And I was like, oh, only a third of them fuckers are active anyway. Because everybody was just like, oh, we're going to build this group up, build it up, build it up. And then only like a portion of it's really active. And that was so dumb. It was a great idea, but stupid. And that the whole community it got toxic as time went on too.
It it's hard to keep a ship running, and
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like when I was playing volleyball and other stuff, I would
Oh
sometimes
snap!
just
I love volleyball.
I do too. And even if people were douche one day and then kind of cool the next, I kind of wanted to. I don't think I wanted to fit in, but I wanted to be in the room, hang out.
Yeah,
When stuff got
definitely.
stupid, I ironically that worked for my better. When stuff got shitty, I ran in the opposite direction. I said I want to go to study hall. I want to sit this crappy game out. But um, yeah, when I still would laugh at stupid jokes that really didn't have any punchline or pretend to be cool. And as it came on, it became very apparent I'm not going to be accepted into this crowd, but I at least want to look semi-normal. But what does normal mean? You know, like
Exactly.
I just wanted friends, but I also was very annoyed at how people were many I encountered were chasing tail
Oh,
or
lovely.
or just talking sports. I'm like, fuck sports. I don't give a
Nah.
shit. I I, I don't want to do it if I'm not playing it, and I already kind of hate activity, and I don't own an Xbox, so yeah, I don't really want to play that Xbox
Nah.
game. But movies, are you movies? No, you don't. You don't give a shit about movies, games, or anime, or blah blah blah. So it kind of just came down to okay, we don't have much in common, but I want to find something to first to validate each other. So it kind of just got to that point where I was like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna go home and I got a loving family, and that's really all I need. But I get that's hard for other people who don't have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That shit just oof. And then, and this is how bad my dissociation was back then.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh, it's funny, but it's also like really horrible.
Mm.
I was so keen on getting her off the site that I rounded up all the angel
I
poets.
will eliminate you with extreme
Yeah,
prejudice.
yes, exactly. Exactly that. Like I gathered all them
You
up
were like Obi-Wan. I would become more powerful than you ever imagined.
and no, I gathered all them up and I told him I was like, we're gonna kill her. My words exactly.
Fuck, dude.
And dude,
So
that
this is
was
eating
bad.
you up all these years later, where you're just like, see, I didn't even know
Yeah.
this person. I just hated them, and it's just a
Well,
game.
well, no, no. I told I got around about 200 angel poets because I thought they were all really angels and shit. I was like, yeah, I got all these angels. I'll kill you.
Did you feel
And
like you were spending too much time in front of it, and that's was fucking with your mind, or?
I was consumed. I was addicted. Like I talked about it in therapy today, and she's like, "Yeah, it sounds like you were addicted." I'm like, "Yeah," but there were good sides to it. But with the angels and shit, like one of them liked it because like, wow, we're all gathered up. That's really cool. That's great that you did this. But what's role playing? I'm like, okay. And like the worst thing I did, her daughter was on the site too at the time, and she was like sort of a go between when we weren't talking. And she's like, she asked me one day what I did to her mom and stuff. Like, why are you so angry? I was like, I'm not stopping till her head's on a pike.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck. Was so dissociating and so angry, so rage filled, and just one track mind. I did not give a fuck. And yeah, it was bad.
I think the
so
most
bad.
petty I ever was I would just hate someone just because their voice was whiny or annoying. And
Me with Russell Lamy, I actually
I mean,
unsubscribed from them because I can't stand the one dude's voice.
well, see that's different compared to it's the worst big step up from like I hate your face to I just hate that you shouldn't exist or whatever. But like there were even times where I would see people play pranks on each other, and as long as it didn't happen to me, I didn't care.
Yeah.
So it kind of got to where there were times where I'm like, what's the difference between a student and a thug? Like I got to that point because I just saw so many people playing pranks on each other, pulling each other's pants down,
Yeah.
playing pranks, or just it even got to where now I'm even more picky. Like when I see people say, I hate you just to be funny, like I don't even find that funny because I'm like, you're not joking.
I hate you, man.
Yeah. So I would see so much of that too. Fuck you. I'm like, yeah, sure.
We're not having sex. Go away.
I should.
I didn't mean it like
That's
that.
what I hated too. It's just they teach you all these other jokes, and it's like,
I got in trouble in high school for I was joking around with who the fuck was that? I think it was Donnelly, maybe, or it was Doug or Don, one of the two of them. I was like, I'm gonna shank you, and I said it in front of the school counselor for best and behavioral something student shit. I don't know. I can't remember the acronym, but I said that and he flipped the fuck out. He's like, you need to leave. And then he's like, Kevin, sit down. What the hell did I do? And he's on his walkie-talkie calling the principal up. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? He's like, you know what you said? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to shank him. He's like, you know what that is? I'm like, yeah, pull his pants down, run away laughing. He's like, no, it's not.
I had a punk ass kid do that to me once. Like they urinated on my pants, so I couldn't even hear them. And unfortunately, one of the assistant coaches saw it, and he said, "You detention after class." But that little shit took a piss on my pants, and he was one of those guys. Like he's the kind of he was like the douchebags who want to be like Peter Griffin or Cartman on South Park. They're laughing, but they're not in on the joke that they're a villain protagonist. And so they thought they loved all kinds of jokes. If people got hurt, they are gut busting laughing, and whether it's in real life or not, I don't know. People, they got sick minds, dude. But I'm just like, you took a piss on my pants. What the fuck did I do to you, little shit? I just met you.
Principal comes in the office.
Principal comes in your office,
and he's the nice one. He's so suave.
He's not going out of his way to make a payday.
He's calm as
he's
hell.
Not.
He's like,
I'm a district attorney and I'm keeping order.
Yeah,
he's like,
he looks at me. He's like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, he's like, "Tell him what you said." I'm like, "I'm gonna shank you," and he's like. And he sits down, crosses his legs, and sighs and looks at me, shaking his head. And the guidance counselor's like, "Do you know what that means?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "It's a prison term for stabbing someone." I'm like, "How the fuck am I supposed to know this?" And the person was like, "You know better now."
You should know.
I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
I don't know, man. Right. It doesn't help that they make all this stuff that's fucked up cool.
But what's really funny is the guidance counselor was so fucking dead serious and stuff. He's frantic and all
he
that.
He wants to laugh and humor a way out of it and say, "Don't do it again." But the other guy's there, so he can't laugh along with you saying, "What the fuck, dude?"
The principal's like, he just sits there. He's like,
oh.
I hope you don't do this again. He uncrosses his legs,
And
puts
so this is
hands on
during
his
high school.
knees. Yeah, this was 2003,
Oh,
actually. This is funny as shit. He stands up and he's like, all right, you have a good day. And then Kemp's like, thank you, Dr. Dunkelberger, for coming in here.
So he dismisses him
Really?
first,
I
keeps you
know.
here. And
And he's like,
did
don't
you
you
guys
ever do that again. I'm like, Dave, it's a joke. Jesus Christ.
Lieutenant Manning?
Ugh. And then back to RP and shit.
Oh, and people have to realize, I mean, it was hard to just find ways to. We didn't have it good. We don't have. I don't know. I'm
the
gonna have to
difference
start
between
studying.
the difference between me and you versus this generation is that we
and
had
all the things you do. Sorry, I'm just did my play on Sting. Anyway,
yeah, the difference between me, you, and this generation is the fact that we grew up without all this technology. We knew how to handle ourselves in a situation. We didn't need to rely on social media.
yes.
We didn't even have it yet. But fucking
that?
MySpace hasn't come out yet.
Oh, MySpace.
MySpace hadn't
So
come
much
out
good
yet.
rock
All we
music.
had was definitely. All we had was messengers and dial-up, and that was it. And some new cell phones that were just now coming out, and that's it. We didn't need. We got together. We got together
Let's get
physically
together. Yeah.
and talked and bullshitted, and we
You go to your cool uncle's house. Yeah.
we got together. We would pitch in money for a pizza. We pitch in money
I
for
miss
drinks.
those days. Anyone got $1,
Yes.
$5? Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's the disconnect with
My name's
this
Kim.
generation.
I'm just kidding.
It's just funny. It's like everything was still in its infancy. Like we were doing good, and then social media took hold with Facebook. I won't even
It sucked.
include
It
MySpace.
fucking sucked. Oh my
Yeah, like
God.
Facebook was nice at first, but then just
Stop poking me. Well, what else am I supposed to do with this shit? It's poking.
I know, for real. And then Twitter, and then Instagram, and
Have you heard
every other.
how what the poking has become now?
I don't know. I heard it came back.
Came. Well, so you're halfway unintentionally close. I once
Right.
saw a guy say, "Oh, well, so now it's a gay thing." Like, what? Since when?
That's like
And
a post I saw today on Twitter about PETA saying that
you're saying
white.
I like you now. I'm like, maybe are you picking up dating advice on Tinder or some shit? No, it's to
It's like
annoy people and let you know you're alive. That's what it's for.
it's like I saw a thing on PETA today on Twitter saying that white milk is connected to white supremacy. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
White milk
Yeah,
related to
white supremacy. I was like, I smart ass. So
what
I'm like,
the
I
fuck?
tag PETA. I'm like, black and proud. Hell yeah.
Beatles.
Hashtag PETA black supremacy. Supporting the Black Panther.
Well, the irony is PETA is actually behind a lot of the various animal killings and everything. So it's just, I don't even know why people follow them when they don't do what they claim to do. So whatever.
Man.
But
Let's see.
yeah, no, Facebook is definitely part of the shit show, but I do feel like there's something else to be said. I feel like, for lack of a
It's
better
like,
word,
get off the digital heroin base. That's it. Just get
it
off
is
the.
digital heroin. Yeah.
No. And
When I
for
do this
me,
podcast, I still have a limit. I still will make time to get off of here and take care of me, but I don't know.
dude, like my screen time on my phone, the most I spent, and the reason it goes up is because I have my phone open because I'll be doing a review or something. So my notes section is like 3 hours. I'm like,
There you go.
but on average, if I'm on my apps and stuff, I spend a total of checking social media stuff about an hour, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
A whole hour total, and that is it. I'm like, I'm good.
Nice.
But with role play back then, like I was on there frequently because we were keeping up with what was going on. And one of the funny things that went on was I don't remember the girl's name, but her character was pregnant. So she took it to the extreme too. But it was a funny extreme.
Method acting.
Yeah, she went through the whole 3 trimesters of pregnancy with her character. And it was so cool. And I'm like, this is so, and I look back now, I'm like, that's so fucking innovative for 2006. Like, you have this girl who goes through a whole pregnancy routine for 9 months straight, didn't fuck up at all, kept it going. And it was amazing. I was like, wow, that is so cool. And it was funny. It was funny cool because I was like, this is innovative. And I didn't think about that at the time. Like, this is just really fucking cool.
It's good.
And it's wild. And one of the things that really, there were so many good things about the community. You had good people who you could talk to if you had an issue.
Allegedly.
You had, I know, right? Some of them are shitheads. You had you had your assholes who didn't really care for anything. You had me versus Tina and everybody around waiting to see what the fuck was going to happen with that. Oh my god, that was a mess. Oh, such a mess.
Fight. What, dude, they can't actually fight. They're on about billboard.
For real. And you know, the poems I wrote then, like I reread a lot of them because I had to repost the RP War Diaries on Wattpad again because Wattpad took it down because it clashed with the content guidelines. Because I posted everything. I had a lot of evidence. I had text messages. I had conversations from MSN, Yahoo.
So it was even worse reporting shit like that back then. Then it had to be like on a big like Microsoft or Sony server for them to say we'll do something about it. They're gone.
Yeah, like I saved everything. People don't know that about me. They didn't know I saved all that shit. I still have all of it. I have everybody's
photos of you with your pants down.
Yeah. I got original names, clan names, timestamps, conversations, all that shit. And most of it was stuff Tina was doing and threatening and whatnot. And I'm like, this
Did they
is
ever
what I
kick it
got.
off, or was it always just?
She got banned off the site in June 15th, 2007 for cybering with a 14-year-old on her spare accounts. One of the 15 spare accounts that I pushed her to make because I was after her so hardcore. I didn't get her out of the RP community itself until December 1st, 2006. But October 2006,
You finally had your wish.
Nice. No, hit my mental limit. I cracked. I faked my death. And when I did, it was bad.
On the character? In real life?
Real life, all of it. Because see, all of it blurred together. Everything blurred together. There was no middle line anymore. It was one line. And I faked my death. And half that community believed me, half didn't. And the ones who were loyal to me at that point went after her and blamed her for it. And she wasn't having any of that. She didn't want to hear that shit. And she got pissy with everybody who called her out and started getting real territorial. And then I took a break, and then I came back with a new character. And actually, it was 2 characters. I had Tavian Wildstorm and Mariana Avarita. And I had fun with them. They were great. Then I made 2 kingdoms up. I had the Kingdom of Avaris and the Marian Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it was great stuff. It was nice. Because I was still, back then, I was very creative and super innovative with my work and my characters and my thought process. Because I was running on full steam then. Like, I had everything, palms on my hands. I was running hardcore. The X was in full swing. I'm in full swing. I'm taking on a pedophile. I'm not stopping until she's dead. My creativeness is off the fucking charts. My work is great. I'm getting trophies left and right for my poems. I'm getting compliments on them, great feedback. My stories were good too.
So in a way, you found the better side of you
in the
that you're
darkness.
still in the darkness.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's the other thing too. Like,
it's a double-edged sword. Or
it
you can
is.
go with J. Michael Straczynski. Understanding is a three-edged sword. Your side,
Yes.
their side, and the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was wild. But yeah, October, yeah, faked my death. I was super elaborate about it too.
Jeez.
That was role play, man. Like, fuck. And a lot of people were genuinely sad that I was dead. Like, I didn't realize how heavy that was. Like, back then, I didn't care. I was like, fuck it, who cares? And I was just mentally broken. I was emotionally tired. I was psychologically whipped. And I was like, I can't fucking do it anymore. I can't take it anymore. And then it was such a push to get her out of the fucking out of Avaris, because that's where she ruled from.
Oh, trust me, dude. That I used to be on toxic forums all the time, and I kept getting banned, and I kept spending time. And truth be told, if I had to do it over again, I would have just done what I do nowadays when I meet someone shitty online. I just would have blocked them and just if someone really, really pressured me, I would have been like, yeah, in my constructive take, those guys are very unprofessional and just very shitty. But I kept spending time and I kept getting the same results. I'd work hard. I worked on sites where you would do kill count videos or even, well, and this is it. And then it even got little just stats and brackets, and it just got to where everyone pretty much just wanted to rip each other the new one. Oh, it's your pick sucks. Yeah, no. Okay.
And there was a one time me and Tina actually talked. I think it was might have been around October or so. October or November. And it was on her spare accounts that she had. And she's like, isn't this nice? We're talking, we're not fighting, we're talking like adults.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, yeah, and you keep cybering with underage boys and girls. And she's like, there you go. Yeah, there I go. And I'm like, why don't you just stop? And she's like, I don't know how. I'm like, it's not that fucking hard.
It really isn't.
And it's not. I mean, I get it. Like, I get the impulse. I get that shit. I really do. But at the same time, you know,
we feel like we have to respond.
Yeah, like you're a grown adult and you're fucking with teenagers. And you have a teenage daughter and how old was the boy? I think he was 7 or 8 at the time. I'm like, you have 2 kids that are growing up. One's already in her teens, and the other one is in elementary school, and you're fucking with teenagers online. Like, and then her daughter said that she had a mental issue or some psychological shit going on with her. And I'm like, or no, it was her medication she was taking that made her do all
But
this
even then, yeah, they're going too far, and you feel like you got to respond to these guys. It's like,
yeah, for real. And I was so cocky back then. I accused the moderators of being in Tina's pocket because I was like, it's so funny how I'm getting banned and she's not. She must have a mod in her pocket. And the one mod that I was friends with was and I lost her a few weeks ago to pancreatic cancer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she was cool as shit. She's like, that's a bold accusation. Do you have evidence? I'm like, I mean, if the shoe fits. And she's like, you got to have evidence to prove this. And I'm like, all right.
You want to go there?
Yeah, for real. You really want to go there? Like, fuck. Oh, my. But, like, I enjoyed the RP community. It was nice. My favorite creations were the Slaughterhouse, Octavian, Marion, Kingdoms of Varus, and Marion Kingdom, Kingdom of Egypt.
Kingdom of your ass. No, I just kidding.
The Tri-Kingdom era, that was fun when I came back after my initial first year-long ban. But in the end, it was just so rough. Like, one of the more touching stories out of this that really hit home for me was one of my friends in there was Darius. He was a great guy. He was my general. And I was his advisor. And back then I was a vampire like an hybrid. He was a werewolf something, I forget. And yeah, because Underworld was popular. It was the emo phase. It was the emo generation. It was fun. And one of the touching stories with Darius was that his little brother, his real life little brother, had been missing for years, since he was like, I forget, I think like 2 or 3. And he found him during this time frame. This started March 12th, 2006 and ended December 1st, 2000. Well, it fully ended with Tina June 15, 2007, but her reign ended in December 6th, 2006. So during that 9 months of hell, this motherfucker found his little brother and was reunited with him. And he said, you know what? I'm done with roleplay. I'm like, go. It's good. Go. And he loved the community. He was a great fucking guy. He was also he was a neo-Nazi too, but not like hardcore about it. He was just like, oh, I like Nazis too. Or was that Grim? No, it was Darius. But he was a great guy. He wasn't massive racist, but he was just like, I'm white power.
Jeez.
But he was low key about it. But he was a great guy. And him finding his little brother was such a good moment. And I love that about him. And I hope they're still doing good. I haven't heard from him since he left. And
you
that
felt
was
like he evolved through his imperfections.
Yeah, for real. Like, because he loved his little brother more than anything. He loved that boy so much. And for him to find him again like that, I was so happy. Everybody was happy for him. And then when he left, that left a small void in the community because, you know, he was part of it from the start. And yeah, like there was a time we took over the chatterbox on All Poetry, just bullshitting in the whole chatterbox. And it was so much fun. And people were so pissed off about it. And I loved All Poetry. It's still my home, but it changed so much. Back then, we had a thriving RP community. We had thriving contests to choose from. There were great contest holders too. And now, you know, 18 years later, I joined in 2003. But yeah, all these years later, all those contest holders and poets I love, they're gone. Some of them are even dead. And I hate that. Like, it's so sad that so many of them are gone now, and the site is just not that fun anymore. I only talk to one person on there nowadays because she likes my work and I like her work, and she's really cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Thank fuck she's not a pedo.
It sure seems common.
Yeah, and it was really wild thinking of like retrospectively running into a female pedophile is rare as hell. Unless you're watching fucking news and it's like, oh, today in the news, a teacher seduced a student with sexual behavior, and it's a woman. And it's like, plot twist.
I found that out with someone who was my calculus teacher in high school.
Oh my
I was
goodness,
senior
your
year.
calculus teacher.
And so
Did
he was cool at just saying, we're going to get this. But when he wasn't spending time trying to find out who had stolen the answers to one of the
Lovely.
tests. But yeah, I find out, oh, he's not even subtle about it. Like his doors, his classroom's wide
Did he try
open.
to seduce you with boobs on a calculator?
No. It was one of those. He's not going to put his hand on anyone, but he still has kiddie porn on his desktop. And
Lovely.
and he's found in his, classroom with the door wide open, with his pants down, and I'm just like, that broke my heart. And I would keep finding out more and more about it as the years. I even found out even more about it like years later. And I'm just like,
that's sad.
That
sad,
dude made me
especially when you like
believe
the
in
team.
something.
I know, right? Like it's always the ones that make you believe in something that are the worst, or they have the most shit to hide. Me, my shit's out in the open. I have nothing to fucking hide.
That's
right?
good.
Like I read one of my old poems, and it was literally a confessional piece, and I'm like, why the fuck did I say all that? Like Jesus. Like the first line is like, I have the capacity to be a pedophile. I'm like, no, I don't. Why was I thinking that at the time? Like, no. Like, ew, just fucking gross.
Where did
like,
that come from? Yeah.
That was back then when I was lost in my dissociation and shit and everything. And oh god, the toll it took on me. So it got to the point where I had pushed Tina so hard she made those 15 accounts. My friend Care Bear, she got on me. We were talking on MSN one night, and she's like, "You need to stop." And I'm like, "No, like, why do I got to stop? I'm not done." And she's like, "You need to stop for real. Like, you have pushed her to her limits and beyond. She is terrified of you. She is scared of you. She has made all these accounts to get away from you on purpose because you are terrifying her. You are frightening to her. She can't sleep at night." I'm like, good, fuck her. She don't deserve no sleep. And God love Care Bear. She was so good to me. And I fucked that bridge up too. Because I didn't handle being rejected by her too well years later and blew up on her. And I didn't remember blowing up on her. So fast forward to sometime last decade, I forget when, we were talking. I was like, "Oh, how you doing?" Because I missed her. And I was like,
wow.
I was like, "Oh, I miss you so much, and we haven't talked in so long." She's like, "Why are you messaging?" Saying hi to see how you're doing.
She's thinking,
yeah. I'm like,
this guy loses marbles, he forgot.
I'm like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "You don't remember. Like, what am I supposed to remember?" And she's like, "You blew up on me." I'm like, when? What did I do? Yeah, literally, like, what did I do? And she's like, when we were talking last time. I'm like, let me think. Oh, yes. And it hit me, everything I said to her. And, I said, I told her, I was like, "I'm sorry I did that. I wish I hadn't done it. And I'm sorry I ruined our friendship that way." And she's like, "I accept your apology, but I don't want nothing to do with you no more. So just please leave me alone." I'm like, "All right, I can do that." And I left her alone ever since. And it sucks because she was a real great fucking woman, and she was so good to me. And I regret that I burned that bridge. It sucked. It really sucked because I lost a good friend because
I feel like
of
half the
my
people in the world could be friends.
yeah,
It's
for
just
real. You don't know
ironically
how.
we met in the worst possible places to meet friends.
For real, it always happens that way. Mm.
Mm.
But yeah, that whole war with Tina, oh, that was so taxing. It broke me in ways I never thought possible. It after that was over, I was banned in December '06, right after I think it was December let me see. Yeah, it was like a few days after she had stepped down because I still had contact with people inside the community because I wanted to know what the hell happened. I'm like, is she gone? What happened? Tell me, please. Somebody help me out. I'm like, no, because I can't get back on the site because they banned my IP address.
And you're like,
Yeah, yeah, great.
they were very active about that. I think it still happens on Facebook though. People get stuff that is blocked, and you're like, why didn't you block all these other guys who are saying way worse shit?
Word. And
I don't know.
I had people sending me stuff, telling me what was going on. And, it sucked being on the outside looking in. And it was a massive reflection time too, because I was still in RP mode. So I'm like, I still want to fucking role play and shit. I want to do
I
whatever.
want to play.
Yeah, literally, like I kept going back. I made so many spare accounts to get back on that site, and they kept getting banned one by one. I was like, motherfucker. And it's made me so mad. I'm like, it's fucking mods. And it just drove me nuts and shit. And it pissed me off. And then I finally came back again, and
I'm coming back, motherfucker.
literally I came back in 2008, and or no, I was still in touch with people in LA. I didn't come back in LA.
Shit.
I'm trying to keep track because I wrote everything down. My past self, my 2009 self, was smart enough to upload everything on Writers Cafe.
It's time to leave.
Yeah, literally. Like I uploaded everything on there because I had lost everything on AP. Because when you're banned off the site, and Tina knows this, she paid for most of those accounts. So when you're banned, you don't get a refund. You can sign up for a free account and have access to everything. Well, you get basic access, and then if you sign up for silver or gold, you get a lot more stuff. But I had a basic account. She had a bunch of paid accounts. So when she got banned, she lost all that money she put into the site. And I was like, that stupid bitch. And me, I lost my account. I was like, fuck, I was so angry about it. Yeah, so I put everything on Writers Cafe, and that included the RP War Diary. So I put everything in there. Everything is timestamps, and when I went to re-upload it again on Wattpad, because I had to omit 20 or 30 pieces because that was all personal shit. I couldn't remember the dates, and I was like, wait a minute, let me check Writers Cafe. And then lo and behold, there it was sitting there. Everything dated and properly stamped with when I did it. I was like, fucking thank you. That's all, you awesome bastard. So I got all that reposted without the personal shit. And it was pretty heavy looking back at everything I wrote. Like, I saw my rise in my writing and then my decline because I was so depressed and lost. I was immensely lost, man. Like, it was so bad. And
what do you think you would do different? All I know is I would spend less time in front of a screen and probably try to find after school groups, find out how to I don't know.
Yeah. Full Mary Kayla Turner. No, I wouldn't do that shit.
I wouldn't do D&D, but I would do something that's just feels right.
Put the D in the D. It doesn't fit, man. Shut up, dude. Try it. God. I mean, there's always that question: what I do differently? Like, if I changed anything, it would alter what we're doing now. But if it was a different universe, I would definitely not get in touch with Tina, even though that was very instrumental in
You found out about to better yourself through this toxic relationship, but at the same time,
yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, if anything, I would spend less time worrying about what people are smack talking about and just worry about being legit.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing about this war that was really comical, this shows how naive everybody was. The younger one, the teens, anyway. This is how naive teens were, and Gen Z don't know shit. They're naive. They're more naive than these assholes were. God. The teens from back then, when the war was going on and it was declared, they all thought they were going to really die in real life. That's how bad that line blurred.
I thought I was going to be
die.
dead before I was 16, just because a lot of people were going to that way. I at least wanted to just do fun things. Not to where I was stalking anyone or doing fucked up shit, but I just thought, yeah, no, I just want to get out of here. This prison that is called high school.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Like, all them thought they were gonna die, and I'm like,
dude,
I
had a license. I could drive to school, but I never did, just because parking was so terrible at my high school. I was like, nope, I don't trust it.
Man, it was just so crazy. Like, and I get the naivete, and I was the same way too for a while, because like I said, my dissociation was high at its peak.
You were high. No, just kidding.
Literally high on my dissociation because it was just so there. I watched, like, perfect example. I watched The Day After Tomorrow. I thought that actually happened.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. Like, you watch all this stuff, and and my autism is just, coming into focus back then too.
You didn't know you had it.
No, I didn't. I didn't know I had it till a few years ago. And looking back, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Wow. And it's one of those things, like, it's heartbreaking, and then it's also kind of fucked up at the same time. And I'm not proud of all the shit I did back then. Like, I'm proud of how I went after her. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud that I got her banned. I'm proud of the friends I made. I'm proud of the work that I produced during that time frame. But I'm not proud of the fact that I was basically a cult leader and didn't know it. Because that's dangerous. That's really fucking dangerous. Going to Dan Schneider and his quote from Quiet on Set, where he said, "It's frightening how much power I wield over these kids." Literally, that was me, 2006, with the whole RP community. Fucking wild, because it was two sides. It was either, it was three. There was my people on my side, people on Tina's side, and people who didn't want to be involved at all and just wanted to role play with each other and stuff. I'm like, okay, do what you want. I don't give a fuck. I didn't care. And sometimes, like, it's like you choose a side, pick your side, do it. And I was, yeah.
Pick your side.
It was literally line in fucking sand back then. And when I finally got banned permanently again,
Christ.
Glutton for punishment. I got banned in what the fuck did I do in 2010?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember what I did in 2010 that got me banned off of it. Oh, I went after somebody else because they were bitching at me about something. Like, dude, don't fuck with me. Like, you know who I am, you know what I'm capable of. Don't push my fucking buttons. And this dumb bunch didn't know the fucking word. Huh. And yeah, God got banned off the fucking site again.
Jesus.
But going back to '06, the start of that toxicity, me
There's
and
people
Tina,
who shouldn't even be online ever. Like
I know
they are
that's
shitty.
why I said if you're autistic and you dissociate, do not join role play. Do not. If you want to do role play,
It's just
make
more
sure
trouble
you
than it's worth.
do. Yeah, for real. Make sure you do it with friends that know you're autistic, know that you dissociate, and make sure that it's a safe space for you to be in. Because getting caught up in that shit in the moment is really easy. It's so easy to step over that line and get lost in the shit. I know it. I've been there. It sucks. It's fun. It's great. But fuck, your mental health is more important than getting sucked up in the goddamn moment. And I learned that the hard way. From the toxicity me and her started in '06 had a ripple and domino effect because it not only altered so many people's lives, it also destroyed the community too, because in 2010 the moderator stepped in to the community and they had gotten so many complaints out of the Elysium Army, which was one of the last remaining groups that was from 2006. It got so fucking toxic. Care Bear left at that point because she didn't like it anymore. She got tired of it and left.
It's like, it's boring.
Yeah, but pretty much. And people just kept bitching and niggling, and fighting, and calling each other out, dragging personal shit into the fold. And me and Tina started all that. And as a result, the Elysium Army and the whole RP community was banned. And just all the groups.
That many bad apples are like, shut it down.
Yeah, they shut it the fuck down. All the groups were gone. And then it came back in a few years later. I checked it out and it came back, but it wasn't the same. People were really weird. It was a weird thing when people were coming back into it. And it wasn't the same chemistry, no energy to it. I didn't like it, so I was like, fuck that, I'm done. But for me, after December '06, it took me 4 years to rebuild my identity because I had lost everything in the process of taking Tina down. It was so bad. I lost who I was. I didn't know what I was capable of. I didn't know.
I went for that ID crisis. Ironically, getting in senior year writing class and everything made me explain myself better, but
yeah,
it's easy to not know who you really are and imitate other people in the room.
Yeah, I didn't even imitate. I was literally withdrawn and catatonic. It was bad. I still don't know how the hell I pulled myself out of that shell. It was a fucking mess. But yeah, I had to relearn everything. I had to relearn how to write. I had to relearn how to find love. I had to relearn my name. I had to relearn just how to function. And it was so bad. I did this all by myself. Nobody helped me. I did this all by myself. And it took a lot. It took a lot of fucking, it took so much fucking energy to do it. And it was such a roller coaster for me. And it was deep and it took a lot. And let's see, what was it? Highlander, The Search for Vengeance taught me how to love. I love that fucking movie. And DX taught me how to fight because I had to relearn everything. I had to relearn basic human emotion shit. That's how fucked up I was.
And you were already trying to get away from the other crazy people in your life.
Yeah, for real. And being off the site, it was major withdrawal. Literally, like if you know addicts and shit, yeah, that's what I was going through, withdrawal. Mm. And it's bad. Like you see all these influencers and shit today, and they think they're so popular, they get all these likes and shit. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. They're bored. They're doom scrolling. You're doom scrolling because you're bored as fuck. And it's toxic. And one post that I remember Boss Logic sharing was he found it on TikTok. I hate that goddamn app. I don't even touch it.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. I'll be glad when that fucker's banned. And he pointed out a post that's Gen Z shared of if you stay in bed all day and look at your phone, it's what do you call it? Self-cocooning. It's a self-healing process. And if you only leave your room to get food and drinks, you can recharge your body that way. And he's like, no, that is not the way to recharge your body at all. That is toxic for your body. That's bad.
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah, that is fucking horrible. Oh, man. But, I mean, I lost so much during that time frame, and that's probably why I have a lot of memory loss, too, from that shit.
It was damaging while you're...
It being in a role play community is damaging. It really can be. Because I went from, just having a good time, meeting a great mom, to finding out that she's a pedophile, to having her threaten my sister's life, then going after her for both of those fucking things, and ruining. And she broke our friendship when she told me about being a pedo. I'm like, why? And then threatening my sister really broke that shit. I'm like, nah, we're done, bitch. And that was just, it's crazy. I became a fucking leader in the worst way possible. The best worst way, or worst best. And people followed me. You know how weird that fucking is? It's crazy to think that back then I had that kind of influence. Even today, I still have that influence, but I don't capitalize on it. I really don't. I can push for it. I really can if I really want to. But I learned that no, it's bad. It's toxic. It's worse than trying to be a player when you're dating, because that goes no fucking where. Although some of these fuckers have amazing talents, like the one chick who dated 15 different guys to get 15 different iPhones to pay for a car or some shit, or a house. And I'm like, well, this bitch has skills that I don't have.
It is.
It's funny. But it's also scary too. Because, you you do role play just for shits and giggles. And then it turns serious because, you're talking to your friends, because we didn't separate our dialogues. And that's something that the new generation of role players did on the site, was separate the dialogue. They called it OOC, out of character. But back then, we were just like, if we did an action, it was an asterisk, and then what we did, another asterisk, and that was it. Or we used squiggly line, and then another squiggly line. And it was fun. No, we'd be bullshitting about everything, How was school? School sucks today. I got homework tonight. I can't really role play. I can't role play with you guys
today,
until
buddy.
yeah. not till later tonight. And then there was a time zone difference. That was a big thing. Because everybody was in a different time zone. And people were an hour to 3 hours behind me. People overseas in the UK were 5 hours ahead of me. I was into one girl who was in Australia. She was fucking 12 hours ahead of me, 14. So yeah, time. I was used to time zone differences. So recapping.
This is why we gel. We know each other now. But
I'm peak dissociating, beginnings of autism. I'm running on all cylinders like a motherfucking muscle car. And I'm adapting to every time zone I'm introduced to. Yeah, I was. Yeah, and I didn't have a problem with it at all. I still don't to this day. It's like, fuck it. I can handle different time zones. I just look at the clock and I'm like, oh, okay, so you're all right. That works. I know when I gotta go to bed and when I gotta talk to you and shit. And it was wild. It was just it's so wild and surreal to look back at this and be like, damn, this really fucking happened.
Yeah.
And, oh man. I love that community. It was great in its heyday. At its peak, it was so fun. We had so much goddamn fun together. Whether we were talking about what we were going to do that night, or whether we were cybersexing, or whether we were just bored. We had nothing else to do. We didn't want to be around anybody. Or we just needed someone to talk to, or we had poems to share.
It all
wanted
added
comments. Yeah, it was fun. And the shit blew up and it went out in a blaze of glory. It really fucking did. And everybody, I'm only in touch with, let's see, this is fun. I actually got my pseudo daughter out of this shit too. Because I knew her when I was talking to Tina. And I helped raise her from end of middle school to end of high school. And even now she has a kid of her own. So yeah, it's been 19 years of raising. Fucking awesome. And it was so much fun. Like I got her, I got another mom that was really good to me. And another mom off the site. She's cool as hell. Another guy who loved, oh my God, he loved my dark work. And that was another thing. I did a lot of dark writing back then, and I will never do that shit again. I swear on my fucking life and my dead best friend, I am never doing dark work again. Not that dark. It's too much. No, it's not fucking funny. I'm not kidding. No, it's not funny at all. I'm not kidding. I wrote up a vampire, rapist, pedophile, incest murderer, and I put everything dark into him: murder, pedophilia, incest, sadomasochism, pet torture, torturing his family, everything dark that I could think of. And I wanted it that way because, and that was 2010. That was 4 years after. So there's the after effect of the RP war itself. And writing Thaxter Jones up, Jesus Christ. That took so much energy out of me because I had finally recovered from 2006. And it took me a long time to get back to where I was. And then he popped up. I'm like, great. But it's so funny because there was a poet on the site, Cthulhu Black Wolf. She, formerly a he, back then, he had the Dark Right Challenge. And he's like, I want your darkest work and I'll give you a gold trophy. Guess who took home gold? My ass.
Mm.
Because I wanted that trophy. I'm like, fuck it, I can take a gold trophy. That's easy peasy. And I got to work and I wrote up Thaxter Jones' Bag of Bones. And yeah, it's still to this day the most explicit shit I've ever written. That is so dark.
Is there
And
any
twisted.
stuff that you feel you could evaluate, like make it effective without making it overdone, where you're like, Jesus, I'm creating a monster, I'm going too far?
He's a monster all on his own, and I can't. I actually read one of the poems I
At least
wrote.
you're in on the joke of your creation, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like fuck, I read his work, and fuck, it gave me an anxiety attack. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going back to him. Fuck that. I'm done. I'm not doing anything dark anymore. It's too much. I like he is obsidian dark. I have watched so much dark shit. I have seen back in what was that? I guess early 2010s. Yeah, it was early 2010s. I saw a fight at Sheets down the alley from me. And that was my first time seeing a fight break out. And it was a bunch of old guys versus Kenny Dunty and his brother and a couple others. And they beat the shit out of them old guys. And it was so horrible. And the one part of that fight that sticks out the hardest in my brain all the time if I ever think about it is Kenny's brother coming out of Sheets. The old guy stumbles out. He hits the pavement face first, and he's standing on the back of him, just wailing on the back of his head, and then he runs away. And I'm like, fuck. And I remember standing there frozen in fear. Like I wanted to stop them, and I didn't know how. I didn't know if I still know how to fucking fight and shit. And you know, I'm a great verbal rapist, but physically, I ain't gonna fight your ass. But if you come at me, I might snap your neck. I know how to do that. I might do that. I might choke you out.
You know how to kill with words.
Yeah, I know how to kill with words. That shit's easy as hell. Killing a person, oof, that's a whole nother level I ain't fucking with. That's the line I will never cross. No, never. Fuck that. Ain't worth it. Ain't worth jail time. Ain't worth prison time. Fuck that.
Have it on your conscience, man. It could be my friend.
Word, like I got my fuck. I look at everything I got in my room now. I'm like, I'm happy with what I got. I don't want to lose it. Fuck that. I'm not taking your life. And I tell people that if they ever start fucking me, like, dude, you are not worth a prison sentence. And they laugh. And I'm like, no, I'm fucking serious. You're not worth a prison sentence.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're not going to fucking kill me. You keep pushing, you're going to find out. So fuck off. And they're like, oh, you're so nice. Why are you being so mean? I'm like, I'm being straightforward. Don't fuck with me. Plain and simple. But that fight, that just seeing that and the blood, and he smashed a coffee pot over, so that's what it was. He smashed the coffee pot and then punched him in the back of the head multiple times. And
this was at school?
No, this was at Sheets gas station.
Gas station, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. And I was that was early 20s. Wild shit. And it terrified me. God, it terrified the fuck out of me for a long time. I couldn't sleep that night. I couldn't sleep for a couple nights, actually, because of that shit. And, you know, residual effects of the RP war and shit coming at me with, you know, Thaxter. Oh, so good. And it just trying to navigate being super dark. And it was wild because I've done dark shit before, and it wasn't as dark as him. Like I had done like surface dark and whatnot, but with him, oh my god, man. He's so much fun, but he's so bastardized. I made him. So he's vampire pedophile, mass murdering rapist who enjoys incest with his family. He's also a drug addict. He's an alcoholic. Smokes. Cowboy
And
killer.
you felt like you had enough of a narrative and commentary on commenting on evil.
Yeah, for real. And I threw everything into that shit. And he was just so goddamn twisted. But he was uniquely twisted. And I liked how unique I made him. Like, I loved the creativity I put into him. But to reread all that shit, no, absolutely not. I will never reread that. And Wattpad took that off of their site too. And I'm like, good, I'm glad you did that. And then and I made another vampire pedo. Only this one was a priest who was reformed. And it was part of an Empire saga. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Because the whole premise of Empire was it was set alternate World War II, Germany won and all that shit. And Hitler was still in charge. And he was, he had crucified everything Jewish in the front lawn of his home, or wherever the hell he was. And it was, vampires, werewolves, all that shit. So it was a fantasy alternate history. And I liked the idea of that. I was having so much fun with that. I was like, yeah, this is going to be fun. And I gave the priest a great name too, Father Nation Jones. I was like, good, strong name. And I was like, this is perfect. I can do this. This is an easy fucking story. And they took it down. I don't even think I wrote that much for it. And they took it down. I was like, that's great. And I even gave warnings on my stuff too. I'm like, this is not for kids. This is a mature subject deal. Oh, well. That war had a lot of residual effects. And even 18 years later, they still show up now and then. Like, and here's something really funny. April Fools this year, AP decided to get on. Kevin, the site runner, decided to do a All Poetry Lifetime Gold Star Achievement Award for April Fools. I've never done April Fool shit for a long time. So when I saw it, they're like, click to see the winner, and my name popped up. And I know, I'm like, why me? Like, why out of all the fucking people on the site would you pick my ass?
Why am I here?
Yeah, and I didn't get it. And I haven't done April Fools in forever, and I didn't get it. And they're like, comment below to tell how you feel about this and mention any poets you want to mention for being there for you. And I actually made a speech up. And that speech really unlocked a lot of old memories. Like I remembered old poets I had lost and made friends with, the contests, the whole RP war shit. And in that moment, I almost reached out to Tina on the site to apologize and see, just apologize again. Because I've really been on an apology tour and really retrospecting a lot of my shit that I've done over the past decade and even my whole life. Because my whole life, I used to be super fucking shy. I didn't really talk to anybody that much. So role play was a great way for me to explore. And it helped a lot. Like it gave me great social skills too. Although, if I'm going to be honest about crediting social skills, I have to give a shout out to my high school crush, Jess Brown. because if she hadn't talked to me in 2002 in that room in Best, I wouldn't be having this conversation today. Because for her, she helped me come out of my autistic shell and talk. She inspired me to write, because in 2002, Attack of the Clones had come out. So I had written a whole Star Wars story about us, and that story itself went from being so boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back, to a more immersive experience of not only just me and her, but a bunch of other chicks that I knew from high school who were nice to me. And on those, I took those nice occasions and moments in my life that they gave to me and instilled those in their characters in this story. And the story went from, basic boy girl shit to boy meets girl, and they have a lot of complex chemistry and a lot of complex problems. Boy also has complex friends who also have complex problems and shit. And it helped me, that whole Draken Saga story, that whole saga helped me confront my CPTSD. It helped me work through all my shit. And it really, and I took everything that I learned from the RP war, threw it in there too. And a lot of that helped too. And it helped me confront my autism, helped me be a better writer and be more immersive and detailed. And even coming out of that story was difficult too, because my dumb ass got hooked on my high school crush so badly, I blurred the lines again between her and her character. And
Jeez. Do you think that happens with a lot of these fucked up celebrities?
Yes, I think it really does. Some of them will believe their own hype so badly that they lose who they are. And I'm reminded of the tragic story of Jonathan Brandis. And, how he peaked as a kid and he was on Sequest DSV and he had a great promising career. And then it kind of dwindled after Sequest ended. And yeah.
Suicide.
And his big comeback was supposed to be Heart's War with Bruce Willis. And the fucked up part, his scene was cut and made a deleted scene in the final cut. And when he found that out, that's what broke him. And I was like, damn, that's sad. It is, and he would have been 48 this year. That's even wilder. I'm like, damn, boy was old. Fuck. And it sucks because you see so many people losing their shit. Kanye West, love him or hate him, laugh at him all you want, but he is going through some shit. And he is really a massive victim of his own success. Like, he came on the scene with Through the Wire with a wired mouth, his jaw shut, and made a hit single. And now the last pic I saw of him was him and some girl dressed in massively oversized clothing. And his public meltdowns and shit. Tyrese with his meltdown over his daughter, and people making fun of that because it was funny to see him cry. Like, why the fuck is it funny to see a grown man crying? We're seeing that now
with shitty celebs like Diddy, where instead of talking about the real issue, which is, hey, all these execs are having parties with underage people. Now everyone's like, they're too distracted by, but I didn't know any of these guys who are being canceled or were gay. It's like, that's not the argument, but everyone's making that the argument. It's like, well.
Yeah, speaking of that shit, with Quiet on Set, when I saw Shane Lyons talking about his story with Brian Peck, I called bullshit on that. He faked that shit. Because the way he said everything just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, dude, that didn't happen to you. Why are you trying to latch onto this? Like,
there were some questionable testimonies.
because the way
but
he said,
see,
he's like,
the
I'm glad
thing,
it didn't happen to me. I'm like, why would you say that? Like, that's the worst fucking thing you can ever say.
yeah, are you in denial? Yeah.
Like, dude, like, and it's just the way he acted and shit. Like, no, you're telling a fucking lie, dude.
Mm.
Too sketchy. And the fact that there's stuff that was cut out, that really bothers me. Like, what the fuck was cut out?
Well, and see, one thing that they briefly mentioned is how Drake Bell, he
Mhm.
flirted with a minor, and see, that's just it, because
And that story really pissed me off, too. Why the fuck did she wait 5 years to report it? That pissed me off. She waited 5 years to say something. Like, why
and
didn't you say something then?
and I mean, that's just it. I think we all get to the point where, people will do awful things if they're around awful people. And
Yeah. I feel bad for Drake, though. Like, damn.
yeah, because
Like,
ultimately, even though the prick got put away, he
yeah.
destroyed his relationship with his dad.
And they repaired it.
They repaired
But
it,
that's,
but
yeah, that's
that
sad
took
as
half
fuck,
his
though.
professional
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's sad. And when I saw him sitting there with his guitar in the background and he's talking to Soledad, I was like, why do I get the feeling that he's going to commit suicide in Mexico? Like, it had that feel to it.
Mm.
Like, it looked like this was going to be the last time anyone sees Drake Bell and then he's going to kill himself. And I'm like, I really hope that's not what happens. Because that's how it looked to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I worry about. I hope they all recover better and whatnot, especially Drake. I mean, Christ. And I
Yeah.
know when he mentioned, he's like, I
I'm
don't know,
glad
maybe.
that Josh turned out okay.
Yeah, for real. I know. And
Miranda
Cosgrove.
Cosgrove, yeah, from iCarly. I'm glad that because I said
Or
that
you
about
thinking
so
of
many.
Jeanette?
No, I'm thinking Miranda iCarly.
Okay.
But I'm just so glad she had a solid singing and Nickelodeon sitcom career, and then she's on regular sitcoms and guest spots. And because I said that about other people growing up, I'm like, yeah, Sean Astin turned out right. And then I look at Will Wheaton, I'm like, oh, his parents gaslit him. Like they were much like the Culkins, where they didn't give a shit about him unless their kid was making them money. I'm like, oh, fuck you. You're not a parent. You are not a parent. And
I think
here's where he lost.
Yeah.
His dad was the mental abuser, like threatening violence that never came, while his mom would gaslight him, like, well, did you audition today? And just laugh at his dad's, shitty jokes. So his unofficial dad was Commander Riker, Jonathan Franks. But here's the main deal. Like he's happily married. He's gone to mental health. He preaches mental health all the time. He's got kids, both from his wife's previous marriage as well as from his current, marriage. But it's just the only person he talks to is his sister. His brother decided I want to be like dad, where I treat you like shit. And they actually reached out to him again on on a text, and he said, if you want to open up a conversation, and actually care about me, you can text me back now. Never got a text. And so that was his answer. It's like, okay, perfect. You are no longer in my life. I am,
Later, bitch.
He's got to be, how old is Will Wheaton right now? He's got to be getting up there in his 50s.
Yeah.
But I always dug him, and I got really annoyed when I saw people saying he's a shitty actor. I'm like, I liked him in Stand
He's
By
a
Me.
Gary Stu. Shut up.
I liked him in Toy Soldiers and all these other things. But yeah, he's 51 now. But I'm just like, yeah, no, see, here's the thing. Richard and Debbie, his parents, those people, I mean, he would even have to lie. They're absolute C words. And he would have to lie saying, I didn't get it. When, truth be told, he's like, you want me to audition, but I'm not even right for this role. So I'm wasting my time. It's not going to be worth the effort. So I liked how he kind of found his little sneak ins where he found time to still be a geek and everything and find what he liked to do, as well as spend time honing his craft and making the effort. So, I mean,
Yeah.
and
It's,
yeah, I mean, I see so many other people who
and he was the only kid on set too.
he got along with everyone except one director who was kind of one of those old school, hey kid,
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I think
the fact that he can still go to all these stuff but not do more than just conventions, because like you see plenty of those other space opera or horror guys and all they do is convention city, and it's like, yeah, that's gonna annoy you. But then
boring.
there's other people who I think would be perfect at conventions, but they hate having to wait and do nothing and stand at a table all day. So I get it. I get that it's not for everyone. I just hate how when I hear that certain people had to file Chapter 11, I'm like, really? Oh,
Yeah,
you're
it
you're set
happens.
for life, dude.
Yeah.
You were. I don't.
Yeah, when I watched Clyde on the set and Drake's
Everyone
dad
check it
was,
out, really. Even if
yeah,
you don't watch Nickelodeon and everything, I get that's
yeah,
the sad thing is you will want to fast forward through some of the shocking footage because you're like, yeah, that happened on one of my kids' programs,
uh,
and that was supposed to be funny. And uh,
yeah.
it helps that, I mean, they don't
There's
deny it.
context now.
It's context, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it will make you reevaluate what gets the rating, So
Yeah.
half the time, half our safe to air movies should technically be R because of accidental nipple or dick slips or wardrobe malfunctions. And then there's other stuff where it's like, yeah, but really this got the rating because of the themes, the context more
Yeah.
than how violent that sword play was or disturbing the Foley was.
Hmm. Yeah. One thing that Brian's dad, yeah, not Brian, idiot. Drake's dad pointed out about Brian with Leonardo DiCaprio was how he touched him. I think Brian Peck made a move at DiCaprio back then.
Oh, absolutely.
I really think he did and I looked at it, I was like, he definitely has a thing for that
the fact that
haircut.
they looked, that's the other thing. Yeah,
Similar,
he puts on the brunettes and the blondes. So
yeah, definitely. He definitely did something to DiCaprio, and I bet that's why he doesn't date anybody over 25. I bet it has something to do with that. I bet it fucking does. I'd be willing to bet good money that is connected to Brian Peck.
Yeah.
And DiCaprio will never talk about that kind of shit.
Well, he's too busy grooming women who are barely his age. So maybe it inspires. I'm waiting for a shitty story to come out about him, but he's too busy going to an activism. I don't know. So, if anything we're taking away now is that, is
limelight is bad.
Life is bad, but yeah.
It's rough. Like, and just like 18 years later, like I'm proud, not proud of what I did. Like,
You're beside yourself on this.
Yeah, it is, because it's like looking at another person that I don't recognize, but I remember the things I said and did. And oh man, because I did burn some bridges back then. I knew how to burn a bridge. Christ. Oh man, I burned so many bridges, and then it turned into just trying to find myself again, and then going through more trauma as a result, and finally gaining an even deeper understanding of things. And it helped too, like if I hadn't gone through all this trauma and shit, I wouldn't have the poetry I have today. I wouldn't have my stories I have today. I wouldn't have my amazing creations that are so innovative and shit.
You're surrounded by people you actually love.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I have a good network of friends that I can count on for the most part.
Good.
Yeah. I got you. Shit.
You got a friend in me.
We'll return after these messages.
Hey,
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Welcome to the Better Call Daddy Show, the #1 podcast where we admit, no matter what happens, Daddy has the advice we need to fix our problems. Introducing my dad, Mr. Wayne Friedman.
That was good. It would be nice if you could also sing a song.
What would the song be?
You love Paris in the springtime. I just made up some words to it.
I love Rena in the springtime. I love Rena in the fall.
That's right. That's good enough.
What I do is interview people of interest, share it with my dad, and get my dad's advice. My dad is my hero. Nobody's got my daddy.
Oh boy, let's go to Grandpa.
You like to be a little rebel. I tried to rein you in. I have a daughter named Rena that acts just like I did. She's got a son that is not only just like me, but it's just like her.
I'm your host, Rena Friedman Watts. Invite your friends, subscribe, and I'm excited to take this journey with you. Let's dive in.
She was teasing this guy with this sword, and she accidentally cut his dick.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
And then he started to enjoy it.
I started going down the phone sex rabbit hole. You've got the wankers, and they jerk off in 5 seconds, and then they're done because A, they don't want to spend money, and B, they're quick.
My stepfather had mania. If I'm yelling at one of my kids, that fear, that rigid fear.
Mom even said to me, I hope you have a kid just like you.
There are lots of people that are being bought and sold right now for profit.
If you think you're going to kill yourself, shut up and kill yourself. If you're not going to kill yourself, then shut up, smarten up, and it's all on you. The bullshit has to end.
Wow.
When I was 11 years old, I was raped and molested over the course of a year.
What Jeffrey Epstein had was a sickness inside of him.
I am Evan Castrilli Carmichael. I could do anything that I believe that I can.
I'm so excited too. Let's go.
Next on Better Call Daddy with my mom and my grandpa.
Stay tuned.
The Jacked Up Review Show podcast is honored to be part of the Blind Knowledge Podcast Network. Join anytime, talk the talk, and enjoy yourselves. There's something enlightening for everyone with this crowd of cool cats. Check them out. I do like how we got all these other alternates for how we figure out movies. Like, I go to Taste Eye when I want to find something good that's on streaming instead of just do the scroll for 2 hours and don't find anything and now it's time to go to bed. You know, I think so many of us are finally breaking out of that realm. I mean, people are now getting to that point where movies that were once acclaimed really
are now not that bad. Or they're bad.
There's vice versa. Yeah, like I see people who will willfully admit, yeah, I like Heaven's Gate, oh, I like Waterworld, but then I see other people as like, I was never a fan of Braveheart or whatever, or Gladiator or Saving Ryan's Private. So yeah, I do think it is. I think
Ryan's Private.
Yeah, I see people who are like, oh, Heat or John Wick, those were overrated, cool shootouts, but fucking boring plot. So I think people are now getting to that point where they
want something concrete.
It's a bit of that, and then it's also, I think it's just however you adapt yourself to everything. I think we're now we used to be picky, but now we're realizing why we're picky. And I don't know. I
watched 13 the other day.
13. Is that Jesus Statham?
No. This is Evan Rachel Wood, 13.
Oh yeah.
I watched that because my friend Chris, my bestie, she watched it and she's like, "Oh, the nostalgia," and I'm like, "Okay, I want to check this out. I want to see what it's about." Because I was curious because I saw the cover. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then I watched it and I was like, "Wow, this is really nostalgic." But I don't know what it was for her that made it nostalgic. For me, I remembered everything about middle school. Yeah. And all the trends, all the hot girls, all the bullshit and the drama and the fun factor. Oh, God. I was shit. Back in high school, I was nothing but a grab ass, and I asked permission too. I never did it without permission, and I had so much fun because middle school was the golden. Honestly, it was a fun year. You never really had to worry about much. You were still growing, puberty, all that good shit, and seeing it through the lens of 13 from a girl's perspective was really eye-opening because now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I recognize a lot of this shit. I remember a lot of this that was
This
in
was the thing
friends
to
of mine.
do. You kind of had to be there. And
Yes.
that's the other problem with a lot of these. Like, I'm seeing people who now talk about other movies and they're like, they're not that special now that it's a thing. I'm like, well, maybe to some, but like the Birdcage is still funny, even if you're a pro gay rights people. Like, it's just showing, again, the people who aren't accepting them still
Tropic
end up.
Thunder.
Well, and Tropic Thunder, I am so sick of people missing the point of that movie. It was making fun of people who were misrepresented.
Every five,
and
I said this, like,
guess
every
what? The
5
real
years.
villain, the crappy producer, he gets all the credit. He wins an Oscar for all that trouble. And the fact that Robert Downey Jr. actually got an Oscar nom only added to the humor. You're like, see,
he's just a
he
dude
did
playing
a
a
damn
dude
good
disguised as a
performance.
dude.
So I think the right people really did get it, but there's still plenty who
I love that line. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as a dude.
another dude.
It's the best fourth wall break ever. It tells you exactly what's
great.
going on.
Yeah.
And people don't fucking get it. Like, dude, it's funny. He makes the perfect black man.
Mm-hmm.
I want a Lincoln Osiris biography.
Oh, totally. Let's do it.
That'd be so fucking hilarious to watch, and people would get more pissed off. I'm like, nobody was complaining about Cloud Atlas.
I love that movie mainly because I like, even though I don't believe in it, here's the fucked up thing. I used to go, I'm atheist, but then I went the whole I'm agnostic just because I didn't want it being part of my life, part of my conversation. And so then it got to where I was just like, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But now I think we're to the point where, I see people who are just like they
make petty choices.
They will, and this is it. Like, karma is a cool kind of reflection of the whole reincarnation thing. And see, when you can be even spiritual and get kind of a gist from that movie. And so I thought it was just cool how they brought up how they had them playing multiple different roles in different timelines. It was hysterical.
And I like that. I was surprised. I was like, man,
Tom Hanks kills
is
a
a
guy in
Chinaman.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is a Chinaman. Like, damn, he looks good. I was surprised. Like, I didn't even recognize him.
It's not like Sean Connery in that James Bond movie where you're just like, oh, please, you're not fooling anybody. But
Klingons in the 60s.
Oh, Klingons, yeah.
Oh, there's something wrong with your cousin's war. Oh, I know.
I know. And we've talked about before, people not getting all the social context in the space operas. They're just going, oh, pew pew, cool effects, so I'm over it, man. But I thought I'd share this poll before we get going. And I'd like you to just say, do you feel like anyone is validated by this? Because it's it's an interesting what it brings up. So this is a poll from NAMI.org, which is Mental Health by the Numbers, a National Alliance on Mental Illness. And they brought up some interesting stats. So
would I recommend role play to people? Yeah, definitely try it out. It's fun. It really is.
But know your limit.
But yeah, exactly. Know your limit. But I would also recommend doing your own pen and paper or a laptop RPG of your own first, so you can understand what you can do. Because if you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you can't handle criticism, you can't handle different opinions, you can't handle other people, you're not a people person, you don't socialize, you're not gonna work well in role play. If you want more info on role playing itself, find the D&D group. Find LARPers. Go fuck with them. Talk to them for a while, because the live action role players, they'll help you out. They'll help you understand.
Ask instead of engage.
Ask first. Always ask. Get permission. Don't just be like, oh, I need to talk to you. I need to understand this shit because I heard this on the podcast. Like, no, you need to talk to them like a human being, because that's what they are. Just, talk. Be like, can I say something? Is it okay to talk?
There you go. So they bring up that 50% of all lifetime mental illness begins by age 14, 75% by age 24.
Yeah, 14 is definitely the start, because that's puberty and that's high school. And, and 13, literally any high school film that takes place during high school, basically is a reflection of the puberty deal. 13 especially is a prime example of going through the change. Literally, you're watching what the hell's her fucking name? You're watching Evan grow up. I didn't even recognize her at 15. That's wild. Like, I look at her now, I'm like, damn, she looks good in Westworld. I loved her in that. And I see her in this, and I'm like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, that's Evan Rachel Wood? Are you fucking serious? Like, she's totally different. She's cute, totally different. And I don't even recognize her. It's like night and fucking day. Like, how the hell? But 13 is a prime example of mental health starting to decline, because, her character is going through it. It showcased through the whole damn film of her start of being good, and then her decline down from that.
And indie films were kind of the way to go with that.
And the saddest part of that film is her mom kissing her cut wounds. Saddest fucking part of that movie. Because I felt that. Like, I really felt that shit. Like, damn.
I do feel like you need the right kind of filmmakers to create that, because there's plenty of them that go overboard and you're like, I don't really buy what's happening.
Yeah, it's like you have so many that are really good, like American History X, and then it's misunderstood. And then years later, it's like, oh, this is a great fucking masterpiece. I'm like, yeah. And even my stepdad pointed this out. He's like, there are two actors that did two different roles that he believes they were real. And it was Edward Norton, American History X, and Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man. Because they're that fucking believable. They look and act that believable. And even and going back to my dissociation again, and you can laugh at this is fucking hilarious.
She's so sad.
I never understood when I watched Willow and I was young and I was introduced to midgets and stuff. That was the first time I seen Warwick Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, because I was young, I'm like, why do they have the adult heads on the kids' bodies? And I was like, how do they put them back together?
Not realizing, hey, that's them.
No, I didn't realize, because I'm young. I'm like, how the fuck does this work? This doesn't make sense. Make it make sense for me. And it's funny. And if you're a short person listening to this and you're like, you son of a bitch, I'm like, sorry, it's funny. But I didn't get it then. Now I do. I'm like, oh, they're actual people. Okay, cool.
They're not just the movies anymore. I mean, I don't
exactly.
know, I don't know
That's
how
why...
to introduce people to the right kind of things other than just, like you say, keep asking questions.
Yeah, for real. It's like, what's the best short person role? Tyrion Lannister, hands down. Absolutely. God tier role. Perfect role. Cannot be fucked with. And people hate Game of Thrones. Like, fuck yourself.
I hate it.
Season 8 was horrible. Like, you bought into the hype and you thought it was going to end a different way. That's what it was.
I just didn't care after like season 4. I was like, this is going nowhere.
I got sucked into that shit. I loved Game of Thrones. I didn't know what was going to happen, but watching everyone evolve over them seasons, that was a real treat.
Unlike Succession, I am seeing people who would even joke around saying, I want to be like some of the bad guys. I'm like, Jesus.
Oh, I have that mentality too. Like, that's why I like Magneto so much, because he's
getting rid of all the shithead humans.
Yeah, for real. He's getting rid of all the shitheads, and at the same time, he has the power. And going back to RP again, he, like me, I had the power to influence so many people. He has the power to literally shift the magnetic poles. And even deeper than that, he can take the iron in everybody's body and make it kill them.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. And it's only been showcased one time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. I'm like, whoa, that's so good. I like Rorschach because he is investigative and doesn't give a fuck. He kills whoever because that's his code. There are so many characters I resonate with different times, and they became part of my persona. You know, before I went into roleplay, long before I did roleplay, and after. And it helped me, it kept building my complexity up. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And even digesting that is a whole nother conversation. But role play itself for me, 2006, that was my golden year. I had a great fucking year doing that shit. It was fun. It was awesome. I made great friends, good connections. I learned how to be the most menacing person in my whole life with a big goddamn ego that I still can't believe I had. I took down a female pedophile, and you know, I actually apologized to her 4 years later. I got in touch with her on Facebook after that shit, and you know, I told her, you know, I'm sorry for how things went down. Can we start over as friends? Because I miss our friendship. I miss talking to you. I miss our phone calls. I mean, hell, we used to talk back then.
I fucked up.
Nah, it was funny. Like, we talked because I didn't know. I thought we had, because this was before any cell phone plans and all over the U.S. plans and shit and international shit. I thought that our phone bill covered Canada. I found that out the hard way. I ran the phone bill up to $300 calling her because we were on the phone 2, 3, and 4 hours at a time talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was nice. Like, this was late night chats and shit. We were having good times talking and shit. Whether it was just, you know, talking about what she did at work or phone sex, or we were just chilling. It was a good
something
time.
that people forget about. Used to be
Yeah,
a
for
thing.
real.
I think, I don't know about this. I think people should have more actual conversations over the phone instead of just sexting back and forth. I think this is the problem with the phone. People want an emoji to express everything, or they will still get torqued off. Oh, you liked that comment. They're liking everything. Half the time, they're not paying attention to whether the guy's being douchey or not. Or, you know, I used to have that too. It's like, can you go through all those posts and unlike that one post? I'm like, I'll tell you what, no. But I will tell you this. I'm going to turn it off for the rest of the day if it makes you feel better. I'm not making time for that. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm sorry it does mean something to you. But I've also learned to be a little more careful. Like, if I just don't like what someone's saying, I stop encouraging them. I stop liking.
That's why I've blocked. I have blocked at least 800 people on Twitter. I have muted. I think I've muted at least 100 fucking words. Because it was so... I've even muted Star Wars. I got tired of it.
There's a lot. Oh yeah, there was a celeb who was a B-movie actor, but he wrote for Breitbart.com.
Yeah.
So, next thing you know, just Trump. I'm like, can you just post a behind the scenes photo of you working on this movie? No. Fuck.
That's like me when I go through art books and I see it's like art and making of, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Really
and then I open it up. I hate it because those art and making of books really suck because it's mostly behind the scenes pictures, no art.
Not sketches.
Or a few.
Yeah,
no sketches. I'm like, where are the fucking sketches? This is bullshit. This is not an art book. And I get mad about that. I even had a conversation with a woman on my video the other day about the Hobbit cookbook I covered. And she's like, she agreed with me about how she wishes there was more pictures and there should have been more artwork from the Hobbit films in the book.
We all want validation, but it also sucks having to get that from someone on the other side of the globe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's groups I avoid now just because there's people with very underdeveloped language to where I can't tell them apart from the inimitable bots.
Oh, God.
And it's just like, well, we're not having much of a conversation, so I'm moving on. There were usually if I block someone, offensiveness aside, it is because they are just smack talking every day, or they're doing the at followers at where they tag everyone, and I say instant block. I've even got into it with a few admins because I said there is a way to engage. Forcing an engagement is not an organization. That is just spam. You might as well have spammed me. And I am also done doing the whole I hate it when people give me the cold shoulder, so I always make it a point to never be that guy either. I just say straight up, not taking screeners at this time. I'm thankful for when I network with all kinds of entertainers, video game creators, original authors, but I also have a limit. I'm like, I'm not going to make time for this or that. It's just not a good use of my time. It's really not going to be a good use of your time. I think a better use of a time would be, again, a roundtable like this. Let's have 5 people and we talk about a subject, because the former podcast wannabe networks we have engaged with in the past, they were a waste of our time because they wanted to, again, kind of like the at followers, they wanted to force the relationship, and then they wanted to treat us like mercs and say, hey, everybody's getting paid. I'm like, I want to be related to you because I love working with you, not because we're making dime. Like, money will not solve it. Like, let's say I lose my job one day. Guess what? Nothing else matters. I'm going to be looking for another job while taking some time off to breathe in the fresh air. Like, I am now to that point where I don't fear losing my current job either. It's a natural healing process. And I think so many, again, live by fear. And that's how they get taken advantage of. I was like, I'll tolerate people talking shit to me in the workplace. And I said, well, whether it's you or them, don't even try to be their friend unless you think it's absolutely going to be worthwhile. I am fortunately best friends with one of the supervisors at my job.
That's good.
We have each other's back. We are but it happened naturally. We felt like we could talk to each other. And I talked to even people who they didn't get along with, who have now moved to another state, work for an entirely different company and type of job altogether. I talked to him every once in a blue moon. So, I mean, again, they happen because I think we literally are human magnets. You
attract what energy.
When I talked to you, I liked how you were able to joke about politically incorrect stuff then give some room for a thought. So you were kind of like the anti-shock jock, if you will. You got my attention, and then you also kind of stirred it around, and then opened up you snuck in a question there. It's like, oh, I see what you did there.
It ain't hard to do. It's like shit.
It wasn't just like we had a random conversation and you said the billionth overquoted video game or movie meme. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Like I don't do that shit because it's boring.
Oh,
Like,
it's
give
been
me
done.
something.
Yeah. So you're kind of like the South Park guys, where they've been on the record saying we don't want to do what everyone's already done around the corner. Yeah,
It gets boring. It's like so
it does
stupid.
get boring because
Like I watched the one channel that pops up on my recommendations on YouTube. I like his stuff, but he was good for a while because he was given an accurate title. And then he started doing clickbait title. I'm like,
that's when they lose me every time. There were true crime podcasts that were doing that. They were doing a good job of summing up. Like I listen to True Mad True Crime because she will call out the statement saying that doesn't make sense in any context, any psychotic breakdown. The guy claims he wants this, but then didn't forfeited that. You know, he claimed he killed his wife to get his kids, and then didn't even want the kids. He just kept saying, "I misunderstood because I, choked my wife to death." So it's interesting seeing all these psychos they profile.
I misunderstood you.
A little misunderstanding, yeah. But again, there was plenty of them, true crime podcasts and history podcasts that got in trouble because they were over dramatizing the shit. And one rule that some of them have broken is do not have it be active while a trial is ongoing.
Oh God!
Because that influences the jury guys. There's one in like maybe I don't know how many they pick. Let's just say 10 that are going to listen to shit like that and it will influence them. This mental health podcast special was also just fun at reflecting on how we all change and we all remind ourselves what we want to be as opposed to fall into
an abysmal place after that shit. Like,
yeah,
it's so hard to come out of that. And it took me years to come out of my depression, out of the whole dark fucking abyss I was in to really live again. And now at gonna be 38 this year, it's really I'm in a much fucking better place. Way goddamn better than I was 18 years ago. Way better. I'm not I still like dark stuff, but not super dark. I take way better care of my mental health. Like I need to, because shit.
I'm open. I really am.
Yeah, for real. Like I have the best self-control to not punch my head anymore. Oh my God. I'm so glad I don't do that. I know. I used to do that for a long time. That's all I would do. If I was upset, I would punch my head. I'd bleed my scabs. I would cry. I'd scream. The worst situation I had was, I don't know what the hell gave me a meltdown that day, but I was crying. I was screaming. I bled my arm so bad that the corner of my bed sheet was red. And I just kept punching my fucking head that day. I was so upset. And I don't know what set me off that day, but it was so bad. And it took me forever to calm down. I remember I got so mad. I was down at Sheets. This was ages ago. And I was bad with money. And I had overdraft fees. I'd burned through 2 bank cards. And I had smoked 6 Marlboro Red 100s and had 2 Red Bulls to calm down. To calm down. Like that ain't normal. That's not normal at all.
Yeah, that's you're getting eaten up.
Yeah, for real. And I've quit smoking. I did that ages ago. I did that years ago. I quit smoking. I quit drinking. I eat healthier. I'm currently on my 3rd day of fasting, working on my 4th.
Good.
Yeah, it feels great. Like fasting, I vastly recommend that shit. That is
everybody
nice.
should try it. Yeah.
Word. If you say you can't, you're full of shit. You can do it. It's not that fucking hard. It's nice. I have such an abundant amount of energy. I feel good. I'm not.
We all got to do some kind of biohack and everything instead of,
Yeah.
like I tried out some of those keto foods. Some of them didn't agree with me, but there's also a difference between a food allergy and, what's it called? A food intolerance. So I am going to do a food intolerance sometime next year. And when I get the Godot, but always have money in your account, but also know when to quit. Like don't be a slave. Don't force yourself. Don't act like everything's going to be okay. Don't do the kiss ass. It is so obvious. And truth be told, if someone's a scumbag, and they see a mirror of themselves, they're not even going to reward someone who's just like them. They have to really just like you or feel like they can take advantage of you. So again, either way, you lose.
Yeah, true.
Don't like the best compliment I've ever got from like 5 different teachers and even a few professors was, I need more like you. You're quiet, you're focused, and you're studying.
Yeah.
That didn't take into account that I had a terrible time making friends. I couldn't stand to be around so many different people. I was shy, but I also, but it sucks to have to describe this to people because they think, oh, you got to do one or do it all. And it's like, no, I lost a lot of stuff.
Fucked up? Like,
there's plenty of times where I was dicking around on the computer and I really should have just been out and about, like playing in the park. I should have hung out with a group, but I didn't have that. I hated exercising.
Yeah, me too. Now I love it. It's like great.
Yeah.
Like I went to Texas Roadhouse a few years back for my mother's birthday, and that was like
it's a chain they have everywhere.
Yeah, it was like sensory overload for me because it got so loud. I ended up putting my music on and just sat there and listened to my music while I was eating to drown out the noise. Like fuck.
That's
and
bad.
it's always it is bad. It's like fuck. I didn't know I had that.
I mean,
issue.
there's certain restaurants that I will never go ever again, and I'm sure I've told you this before. I've had a relative who is no longer with me who would blame the pizza guy, blame the delivery guy, didn't understand the whole tipping, just acted like they were.
Oh God, I have a good tipping story.
Go for it. And we've all had to learn that too, how that is still like the worst job for anybody. Like, and demands a lot. You have to do the whole customers right. You have to offer to repair the food, and other times they'll just say, no, you know what? I'm going to be a dick and, pour this soup on you and give you a bad rating. It's like, Jesus,
I was 10 and we ordered pizza from down the street and the guy delivered it and Beck told me to give him the change. Now I'm 10, so I give him all the coins. And this guy looks at his hand, he looks at the coins and he looks up and I told him thank you and went back inside. And she looked at me and she's like, did you give him the change? Like, yeah, I gave him all the coins. And she's like, you're supposed to give him the bills too. You didn't say that. And she got
Did you ever have anyone who held like the pizza guy accountable, like they were a body shield? And it's just like, man, dude, they're just delivering. They don't look inside the food to make sure it's even there or done well. They're the delivery man. They're the courier.
No, I never had that, but she called them back and had them come back so she could give them the remaining bit of the change.
Oh,
and she's like, you have to give them the bills and coins. I'm like, oh, I don't know this. That's the one thing I hate about her. She gives incomplete directions half the time. And it's like,
there's a lot of that too. I would fall victim to the whole 20% off. I'm like, well, look at the actual price.
Have you read the paper lately? Like Sunday paper?
I used to read it a lot. Quite.
Have you noticed that the coupons haven't been as good as it used to be?
I've kind of noticed that with like other like newsletters that come in the mail to where I'm
like every coupon I've seen lately has been fucking.
That's a good idea, but I'm not going to
Metamucil, fucking Pepto-Bismol, fucking pain pills,
and it expires before the end of the month to where you're like, Jesus, this is a liquidation sale. But
yeah, I'm looking at it, I'm like, where's the shit for the juices and shower gel and razors and baby formula and all that shit? Like, where are them coupons at? Like, I used to make a
We
fortune
need
with
those coupons. Yeah.
Yeah, like I used to get so many good coupons, and I loved it. And then they stopped putting the good ones out. Like I stocked up on shower gel like a boss with them coupons. I got 40 bottles worth. God.
They're fine until you don't use them anymore. And so
Exactly.
I wish they would change it up instead of one company.
Yeah.
Just picks up all the ads, or it's like, I don't, the nearest store isn't in my area anymore, you know?
Yeah, it sucks.
Man. But there's other ones where I'm like, you know, I put less stock in that kind of coupons if I know I won't make time to
Use
buy it or
them.
take use of the discount. I do at Tom Thumb, they have, you know, buy 2 of one candy and you get 2 free. So I do use that for Twix on occasion, but
yeah,
it also depends on how I'm feeling. I think people got to go with their gut, but they also got to reflect on, keep reminding themselves, why am I making that decision? Justify it all and be prepared to be asked something on the spot instead of, whoa, shucks, I don't know. It's how I've always done it. Some kind of courage to just say what's on your mind once in a while. Like, again,
because one day they're going to be dead and gone, and you're going to be
you'll
standing
regret
there.
that you never said what was on your mind. You never
Exactly.
rekindled a friendship or told someone, hey, you don't get me. Stop. I get that it's easier said than done. There are plenty of people I don't like talking to or who, but day's going to come, you know, where I'm at a funeral with them, and I want to be able to at least have a coherent conversation. I don't have to eat with them or spend more than 20 minutes, but I should be able to make it through the funeral. You know, like I already have stuff in my head on like what I will say to people. I'm going to be like one of the first saying, hey, I'm throwing
Fuck
aside my
you, I'm
tears.
gone.
There you go. I got my will figured out. I got this and that. Let's do it. I get that's a pain in the ass, but I'd rather have it done by today so I can take that pressure off.
Yeah. Like going back to my high school crush and shit and what she did for me. Yes. I actually got the balls to tell her all the good she did for me. And most people, like, you did that, that works, that happens. Yeah, it happens. And I got blocked for it.
Oh, jeez.
And it hurt. It really hurt. Like, it took me it was 2 years ago to the day. I wrote it up on my notes and sent it to her Instagram account, and she blocked me.
Jeez.
And yeah, it hurt because I'm like, everything aligned for me 2 years. It's also an anniversary for when I first met Jess and shit. And I was like, this is perfect. It's the right time. And I went with it, got blocked. And it sucks because, you know, I still want to tell her all the good shit she has done for me over the past 22 years. It's amazing. Like, because of her talking to me, I'm talking to you now. I have a stable friendship / relationship with my girl. We're not in a relationship now because we had to part ways, but we're still good, deep friends.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it sucks because it was the long distance that killed it. Yeah. I have my writing because of her. I have a deeper understanding of women because of her. I have so much love. That too. I got so much love for her, but not in a relationship way. Because in the beginning, it was all lust. It was like, I have to have her. She's mine. Nobody else can have her. And as I got older,
yeah, she's not your property. You guys
for
aren't
real,
gonna be
like,
together.
yeah, it's like, damn.
I never had time for any jealousy. Like, I kind of was able to squish that right away with just, I like seeing beautiful people, but it wasn't the whole lucky guy. You know, what was he doing? Because then I'd see how many idiots famous people got divorced. And like, see, they went on the looks, they went on the fame. It was a contract. It wasn't an actual love. So given how many people would try and sell themselves, I would have people of the same gender think that I was gay just because I wasn't seen with a woman. I would see women who would do the whole, hey, let's hang out, because my friend dared me to, and I would just be like, please leave me alone. It's just, I have zero interest, and fortunately I ignored a lot of people, but that ate me up. I really felt it when I had kind of I got really woke a few years ago. I just realized, because I was having bad sleep. So I got the sleep figured out, and it wasn't just pills. It was also using devices that alleviate stress and anxiety and having a healthier work.
Binaural beats on YouTube. I love them shits.
It's some very good. Those beats are good, but
definitely.
I find that if you're gonna have any regret, have it be something that you really absolutely want to change. But at the same time, I like where I am right now, so I really don't want to change anything. But if I had to do it better, then I would have said, I would have spoken my mind and said, hey guys, I realize you're about this. I'm not about it. I want to get out of this prison that is school. I have no desire to play pranks on each other, but that might have made me a little more of a target. But then, if I was less insecure, I might have just also said, hey, I'm boring. Go somewhere else. I just want to go home.
And that's what role play was good for. It was such a great outlet because you were
character.
Yeah. You get tired of being in reality for so long that you just want to escape, like the Matrix.
It was a virtual reality system.
Yeah, it really was. And it was so easy. It was the easiest fucking system ever. And I ruined it. I ruined it. And I take full accountability for that shit. I fucked it up. COVID hit. I spent my time wisely. Everybody else is like, I don't want to wear
nothing to do.
I can't do anything. I'm going to call the police and bitch about my wife. It's like, bro, fuck up.
That
so
doesn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Me being me, I focused on cleaning my storage unit because I had let it go forever. When I moved back home in 2017, I just let it all pile up. It was boxes and bags. And,
oh, wow.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to clean this unit. So I spent the better part of the last 3 years, 2022, 2022, cleaning it. And I got it all cleaned up. I got the boxes in the trash.
I would do that every other year post-COVID. Like, I was be like, hey, all this cosplay, all this stuff I will never make, it's going out. I had some other spray paint and other stuff, and it got to that point where I'm like, I'm not making time. I don't want to make time. It's got to go to someone else who will actually use it. And I think more people should think like that. Literally,
yeah,
go to the corner, go to a shoe donation plant by your nearest 7-Eleven, go to a 7-Eleven, or not, just go to a Goodwill. Just go somewhere. It is no longer your problem, but you will feel so much better as opposed to just throwing stuff for the trash the next day.
Yeah, like when I moved out in 2017, and that's another story for another time.
We all have.
I know. I have so many we can go over right now, but it's like, fuck. I got rid of so much shit. Oh my God. I had so many burned CDs of audiobooks. I didn't listen to them anymore. Fuck them. Broke them up, threw them in the trash. I got rid of 3 bags of clothes I didn't wear anymore. I got rid of 3 bags of toys I didn't play with. I got rid of 2 half-filled large boxes of VHS tapes I didn't watch, and donated all that to Goodwill. And all the oh my God, the fucking trash I had. 13 fucking bags of trash. 13 of trash. Oh God. Oh, so glad to be rid of all that shit. Oh man, it's amazing. Like me and my neighbor Terry, before he died, we were talking about how much stuff we had. It's like it's amazing how much you have when you look at it, right? Like, yeah, it is amazing. It's really scary at the same time because you never realize how much you have until you see it in front of you.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, you're right. And I miss him too. He was cool. He died of he had a seizure and then he was brain dead. And then he died.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, it was a shame too. He was
If
so
I don't
funny.
have a brain but my body's still functioning, that's the ultimate insult. I don't want to be the paralyzed guy making everyone
Yeah.
freak out, saying, we're running out of money, we can't afford to keep you alive anymore. I want you to just pull the trigger. I'm not living, I'm a vegetable.
Man, that's what happened to my
What if I
grandmother.
can still partially hear you? That is torture to me because I want to
Communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my grandmother. I'm glad she died of a stroke and not COVID, because COVID was horrible for me, and it almost killed my
COVID
aunt.
sucks.
Yeah, but my
COVID
grandmother. Yeah, my grandmother dying of a stroke. She had it, and I regret this shit. It's a tiny regret because I had went toy shopping the day it happened, and I didn't know it happened until after. And I meant to call her after I was done toy shopping. And I was like, no, I'll call her tomorrow. And she ended up having a stroke, and it left the left side of her body paralyzed. And she would have needed help with everything, 24/7 care. And the doctor left the decision down to my aunt on what to do with her. And pulling the plug on her was the hardest thing she had to do. My aunt doesn't know this, but my stepfather does. I actually took a picture of mom dead before I left the room because it was the last time I ever saw her. I needed it to cement in my head so I knew that she was gone, because I have lost so many people over the years, and mom was the closest to me, and I took her for granted so many times. And I remember in her room at the hospital after I took the picture, or no, it was before. I went to the dry erase board, and it said, "What are you gonna?" It's like, "What are your goals for today?" And I took that Sharpie and I wrote, "Try to smile," and left it there. That's the last thing I wrote on that board, and that was 3 years ago. Or no, 4 years ago when I lost her, and it hurt because I lost mom on good terms. We left on good terms, not bad. And I love that, because I hate having regret when someone dies, because then I'm like, fuck, why can't I have this healing process,
Yeah, please let me grieve. Why won't you let me grieve?
I know, it's like, fuck, it hurts so bad. And speaking of grieving and shit, when I lost my bestie Crystal in 2013 to an overdose, that broke me, because that ended on bad terms. But then it took me 10 years to go to her grave.
And they are never kidding when they say choose your last words carefully.
Yeah,
I don't ever want someone to be in a car accident, and the last time I saw him, we had sworn, each other off. There's people who I accept the rejection. I know there's people in high school I would love to hang out with, but truth be told, they were kind of the kind where they're like, they wanted to put it all behind and start anew. And I respect that versus.
Yeah, me too.
And it's nothing personal.
Yeah, it's never personal.
Compared to, wow, you think that about me? Let me put that on the record, even if it doesn't change anything, because I don't want anyone spreading rumors that aren't true. But
yeah, I've done that shit.
Everyone has their own truth in some way, where they're just like, yeah, well, they don't like your face.
Yeah.
they don't want to be friends. So I'm moving on because they don't want to be friends.
Yeah, like yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. My friend Brittany went into surgery and had. No, it's not bad. It's a good story. I promise. She had. I don't know what surgery she had, but she's doing good now. She came out of surgery good. And I was worried about her that yesterday. All of yesterday.
Sorry.
I didn't want to work out at all. And I wasn't like messed up in the head and shit. I was just like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I hate that worrying factor.
I hate that something is going to interrupt me eventually.
Yeah. And I was so worried that all of a sudden Bible verses kept popping up in my head. And I'm like, what is with these fucking verses? I don't even read the Bible. So I looked them all up. And it drove me nuts. I'm like, who the fuck is putting verses in my head? Do a head with Galatians 4:10 through 16. And I reread that twice and cried. And it was Crystal reaching out to me to comfort me, because she knew I was worried. And it was the same situation, because I was in the hospital with her when she was in a coma and didn't come out of it. And Brittany was in surgery, and I knew she was going to come out of it. And I was like setting myself up to, she's not going to make it. She's not going to make it. And Crystal was here to reassure me that she'd be all right.
Gotcha.
And whatnot. Yeah. So it's like bonds and death are stronger than anything, and it's crazy.
You get braver because no one wants death, but it's inevitable. So then it's like, once you take out the fucked up part of it, where you're like, but this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. I'm like, well, it doesn't have to happen this or that way. You still have some level of control about it.
That's what I told people. It's like, tell me what you want to tell me now before I'm fucking dead.
Please.
Fuck your stupid speech.
Yeah. Save that for when I'm actually dead at the funeral. But yeah, I mean,
he was a great man. You don't fucking know me.
You only get one life. And even if you believe in reincarnation, you're going to come back a different person. You're not going to have the memories. So, I mean, I think a lot of people let a lot of stuff go. I'm glad that I've taken my time. I just don't like that other stuff has taken way more time than it has. So all I can say is, make use of every precious minute now. So
definitely.
This has been a delight, though, because I feel like we have found that all these separate, unrelated events are inseparable in some clause, because they affect not even our persona, they affect our habit. And now they're not even habits, now they're functions that help us do better. And
that's how my brain works. It's like a train, or all the trains are rolling in tracks, and it's in perfect synergy. And cohesion.
Yeah.
And I love that, because I roll with the train analogy because it makes so much sense.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up